And so the mind is caught up in agonizing about the past, or expecting, anticipating, or worrying about the future. And this is a very, very good way and clever way that the mind keeps us separated and distanced from our eternal nature, which can only be felt now. As you've noticed, the mind and the ego and our personal selves lives in time, doesn't it? There's this sequence of events from past through to future, and the mind and the ego are always thinking about past and future and totally disregarding this present moment. The complete simplicity is that our eternal nature can be felt in the present moment. And in fact, now is eternal. You know, back when you were 12 and you were looking in the mirror at yourself and getting dressed, that was now. Tomorrow morning will be now. It's all now, isn't it? Now is this eternity that we're living in. And it's the mind that breaks up that eternity and segments it and isolates bits and pieces of it and puts this over there and that over there, which creates the effect of separation that we then feel pinched off from just being all of it and part of the whole of it. That causes a feeling of lack. I'm missing something, I need something, and something's causing me pain. Whereas the truth of the matter is that in any moment you can dissolve into your eternal nature by simply being here in this moment now with eternity, as eternity, opening up to your larger, higher, holy mind. And that is a holy encounter you're having with yourself and the universe when you do that. Because you're letting all the files and all of the mental processes and all of the past and all of the future just fall away for a moment and going into this eternity, this now, where it's all revealed to you and your connection with God is. You're there, you're with it, you are it. I've been having more and more experiences like this lately. That's why I wanted to talk about this today, because this eternal nature, this now moment, this connection with that, for me, has become, I guess, like this special little secret that I've been keeping to myself. So I hope I'm not ruining it by sharing it with you, Hope I'm still going to be able to feel it. But being able to just feel that connection it's like a sense of security for me, that no matter what's going on, no matter what drama is going on in my family, no matter what I'm up to in my everyday life or what's going on around me in the world, I can just open into the present moment and experience myself, my larger self. So I want to tell you about an experience I had a wee while ago. I don't know if I can do it complete justice, but I'll give it a go. So you know that I've been working on improving my eyesight, my vision. And part of that has been about having regular times where I don't have any glasses on or any contacts in, and you go for a walk in nature or just hang out at home or whatever, but just having time when you haven't got anything on your eyes. So I've started going for walks outside with no glasses on, and on one of these first walks with no glasses on, I was experiencing, the feeling of not really being able to see clearly. Like I can see quite well in the distance. Up close it isn't as good. And there's a feeling of kind of being closed in because of that. Like I can't see properly. There's a feeling of like claustrophobia or something almost, that I feel like the world is closing in on me a little bit, and it makes me feel scared. Like that was how I was experiencing it back then. I've kind of worked through those feelings a little bit, so I'm not experiencing it like that now, but back then I was. And so I'd kind of done some feeling into that, and I felt like the belief that was coming out of that was, it's not safe for me to be here. I'm scared about just being here. So I was going for this walk that day, and I was telling myself, it's safe for me to be here. It's safe for me to be here. I was walking around this estuary that's at the bottom of the hill that I live, and I sat down on a park bench overlooking the estuary, and I was also overlooking the causeway that goes across the estuary. It's like a bridge where all the cars go along. And I was sitting there saying to myself, it's safe for me to be here. And then this thought arose in my mind, who's here? And then I was just catapulted into this alternate reality where I started to experience myself as being lived rather than being a person in and of itself separate from everything else. I felt as though God or the universe or life was living me. I told you I would try and do it justice, and I don't know if I am. But it was so beautiful. I was just plunged into this present moment awareness that was so connected with everything and every plant and everything around me. I was fully now, and it was like I was being looked through, like this lens was being looked through by life, by God, and I was that was looking through. I was all of it. And the cars going across the causeway, because it was rush hour traffic, was like a heartbeat. Vroom, 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 vroom. Like this heartbeat of life. Oh my God, it was incredibly, 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 incredibly beautiful. And since then, I just make it a regular habit of asking myself, who's here?